Alrighty, welcome. We have the another story quest. We're still in 7.5 of Dawn Trail. Came out a couple days ago. And this quest is called Trail to the Heavens, given to us by Alphino. We got all of these scions here. As far as I remember, this is pretty much all of them, at least right now. I mean, Lise is out doing her own thing somewhere and whatever, but we are in the Best Ways Burrow on the moon, Mare Lamentorum. I don't know why I can't speak. Anyway, well, that's common. Here we go. The implications of the solstice and the winter schemes, as well as our approach moving forward, will take time to consider. To that end, I believe we should gather and speak in person. And by we, I mean all our fellow scions. For a change of pace, why don't we convene at the Rising Stones? I'm sure Tataru and the others would be happy to meet us there, says Alisaie. A fine idea. In many ways, our return is long overdue. No doubt we could all use some respite after Garlemald, but I trust there are no objections. Everybody cheers or gives the thumbs up, fist in palms. 'Tis settled then, to the Rising Stones. It's the end of the world as we know it. What are they doing? I think there was some like rank, like S rank or A rank or something. I don't know. I don't know that stuff very much. I just see trains being advertised here and there, but anyway, we teleport to Mordena. And for a change of pace, it has been a long time. We go to the Rising Stones. Inside, we find the whole gang. Nobody new yet, but Tataru, maybe Ishtola's mom's name, Philomene, I believe. Maybe Lise. Some of those kind of like side scions, like the healer tank combo, or is it black mage tank combo? The healer is, or the mage is like an Elizin, and the tank I think is a Rogadin or a square-jawed human. I don't remember. Anyway, talk to Alphino to continue. Nary a thing has changed since we last gathered here. No doubt Tataru is chiefly responsible for the prevailing state of tidiness. Speaking of whom, she and a great many of our comrades are en route. Let us wait for them a while longer. Cutscene. The Rising Stones has now been instanced because they knew it would be packed. Even though it's, it's always been instanced. Like there's only one, like you're in here alone with the NPCs. There has never been another player character in here. Anyway, everybody's chatting. Urianger very...
Long it hath been since last we gathered here.
Very slowly saunters over to me.
Though our order's dissolution was indeed in name only, thereafter we did largely operate independent of one another.
Yeah.
All of which is to say, full glad am I to stand in such esteemed company once more.
We look at the bar area where Philomene usually works, and just around the room in general.
Apologies for our delay.
Yeah, that's it. Hoary Boulder and the Elizin dude. Yeah, see with the mage hat, the black mage hat. Philomene, Tataru.
We're reporting for duty, as bid.
That's Hoary Boulder. He was a Rogadin. I was right the first try. His gear looks awesome now. He's all decked in white, got a pretty cool longsword at his hip. Looking badass, dude. Leveled up.
This is everyone that we could round up on short notice. The others are still en route. Estinian alone we weren't able to make contact with.
Yeah.
But we're working on it.
Damn.
No doubt his link pearl is buried at the bottom of his bag. Knowing him, he'll turn up when we least expect it.
Now, as much as I'd like to savour our reunion, Tataru tells us there have been developments.
By the way, he is accompanied by the black hat, green robe mage, Alisaie, that I was talking about. I also see an archer that looks like a female human. Can't tell what this other female brunette is. Can't tell what the Rogadin behind Hoary Boulder is. And I think there was at least one more I can't see right now at all.
Will you apprise us of the details?
His voice sounds familiar. I go into an explanation about what's going on. Alphino continues. Kryle nods and steps forward a couple paces. Continues as well. The screen goes a little bit blurry as the camera focuses on a lamp that would be right next to the camera. I kind of a quick little
The
cut.
Winterers and the Solstice.
The Winterers and the Solstice.
The veracity of Halmarut's claims remains unclear.
Everybody's thinking.
Yet it cannot be denied that, in his bid to convert the living into endless, Calyx was privy to knowledge of the reflections and more.
And the Winterers are formed of others, like him.
In light of the recent Void Sense incursions, I believe it would be wise to treat the Solstice as a genuine threat. The problem is how to deal with it.
Both the source and the reflections are home to irreplaceable life. I would protect them all if I could.
We get it.
But if doing so means ushering in complete annihilation, then what can we possibly do?
She clenches a fist.
I wonder, was Hydaelyn aware of the solstice?
Says Kryle. Says Graha.
Given that we had no knowledge of it when you journeyed to Elpis, you couldn't have warned Venar. So it is entirely possible she was unaware. But in the course of sustaining the Sundered Star, she may have glimpsed this eventuality.
It's my understanding that we have set, like something we did set this into motion. And like he said, it could have been glimpsed as a possible eventuality, but if it was a very sure eventuality, I'm sure Venar would have told us about it. Or if telling us about it would not have helped or would have made it come sooner, then would have refrained from telling us about it. I give a think about it. I don't think she had any way of knowing, or I think she knew and chose to trust in us. I think she knew and chose to trust in us. I like my answer better, but it's more long-winded.
So she believed that we could overcome this trial as well. Or rather, that the choice was ours to make.
Whichever it may be, it is we who must find the answer. We who live in the here and now.
I don't think it was ever really claimed that Venar was all-knowing, like omniscient. I don't remember that. I mean, obviously I don't remember a lot of things, even to a high percentage, but even above Hannah. Yeah, I don't remember that. No, she's not like God. She just was a very powerful being. She was Hydaelyn.
Perhaps we could take a recess? Oh, I dare say everyone could use a rest.
Cuddle pile.
Indeed. We have ample food for thought, and it would be good to catch each other up.
Tataru goes over to the twins. Hori and his Elizin pair up.
Ere I forget, Huron, I believe you should keep the key, Ethos, in your possession.
Y'shtola says to me.
After all, it seems that is one mystery I am not destined to unravel.
I look a little bit shocked, but she turns and goes. I get a determined look on my face. The weight of the world on my shoulders. We get to talk to random people now, so Hori Boulder. Oh god. Hooray for me having to do some voices here a little bit. Be prepared for them to suck. Coltonet and I had remained in Corvos to monitor the situation among the Guardians and the Corvosi, says Hori. Coltonet is the Elizin dude whose name I keep forgetting. Though seldom smooth sailing, in time the region settled and we were able to return. I understand the Guardian community has made great strides in improving relations with other peoples, says Coltonet. Hearing that, I feel a renewed zeal for resolving the issues in Corvos. Then perhaps you'd like to hear more about the Guardian's accomplishments from me and the twins. It might stoke that fire even hotter, says FME, who is a brunette female Elizin, red and black tunic, thigh-high black, or like, yeah, very high thigh-high black boots. I can't see a weapon from my vantage point. Let's see if I... Nope, I don't see anything on her hips or back, so who knows. Here's Alphino and Alisaie. 'Twas by no means an easy decision, but as the solstice is now our paramount concern, Alisaie and I have opted to formally withdraw our efforts in Garlemald. After all, anything we can do to protect our world will also serve to keep the Guardians safe. Euless and his comrades are already working towards a brighter future of their own accord. Honestly, I'm more worried about us. It's so difficult to see the path ahead, but hopefully we can get through this and return to Garlemald with our heads held high one day. Indeed, in the meantime, let us prepare a letter for Euless and the community. We mustn't let despair stay our hand. Thancred and Urianger. After Urianger and I went off on our own, we decided to spend some time exploring Zoctaral. We never had the chance to visit during the Rite of Succession, you see. We journeyed east through Loa Zeniheta. Fuck you guys. L-O-A zebra E Nancy I-H-E Tom A. Loa Zeniheta. Whatever. Before heading up the coast to the frigid northern reaches, where they revere a storied beast of the sea. The excursion only served to reinforce just how diverse Tyrald really is. We also met with the Wallachie. Though we had not the time to study their arts at length, we were privy to several intriguing demonstrations. Would that we could have indulged our curiosity further and travelled to yet more distant lands. For better or for worse, pragmatism tempered our wanderlust. Suffice it to say, we still have plenty to see of the continent. I should very much like to return, given the chance. The deeper voice was Urianger. Y'shtola. Clemens is an astrologian. Nope, that's a shield. So she's sword and... Wait. Is that a shield? Or is that her floating disc? Huh, I don't know. But kind of like a blondish reddish hair. And Aenor is that human female blonde archer. Bard, maybe. I don't know. Could just be an archer. Y'shtola. Judging by your guise, Clemens, your studies have been most productive. Indeed, I have more or less mastered the fundamental principles of Charlian astrology. Okay, I got it right the first time. At one point, I considered exploring other healing arts, but decided to persevere with more focused training to better leverage my skills on the battlefield. I don't think I'd be much use on a battlefield these days. I can scarcely hold my bow steady, let alone hit a target, so sorely bereft of brotherly ministrations as I am, says Aenor. I knew you still required constant supervision. You two haven't changed in the slightest. It makes me wonder how our colleagues that couldn't join us today are faring, says Yistola. Ochre Boulder, Rogadin, white mage or conjurer by the staff on his back, brown robes with some white filigree, and Raha and Kryl. Aenor and I were training in Gridania when Voidsent attacked the Twelveswood. Thankfully, we were able to fend them off with the help of the Twin Adders. When I heard the invasion had already spread across the star, I realized the gravity of the situation and ordered a confidential report sent to the other Scions. That's why Tataru was so quickly appraised. Thanks to you, we were able to make haste for Garlemald. That was Kryl. While circumstances and duty may keep us apart, we remain bound by common purpose, says Raha. Indeed, may that purpose continue to guide us now that we stand together once again. And Tataru to finish it off. It seems everyone has much and more to discuss with one another. Anyway, you're overdue for a proper break. The peace and quiet will help you think. Feel free to make yourself comfortable in Dawn's respite. 2611 Gil. Quest complete. Little black screen. We see the moon in the night, in a beautiful night sky. Camera pans down to Mordunna with us, me, looking up at the moon and the stars from this like table on the second floor. We get a flash of white.
Of course, should it serve to satisfy your ambition, you are welcome to deal with the reflections as you deem fit.
Halmarut. We get a flashback of her.
Like the pariah and wanderer who satisfied his own when he brought the star to the brink of ruin to face you.
Is that... Okay, so is that Reaper Scythe that, like, stuck itself from somewhere into the moon when Halmarut was just about to leave, and then the pariah and wanderer... The wanderer, I would think, was Zero... But she says his own, satisfied his own, when he brought the star. I don't know.
I detest evenings such as this.
Calyx.
Too bright, too stimulating. The mind distracted by the inconsequential.
It's off. Whoever is speaking is off screen, but it sounds like Calyx. And we turn and we see the squirrel puppet. Or doll.
You needn't be so wary. I merely come to offer information before my departure.
I'm kind of glaring at him.
Halmarut and I will soon cross the rift to observe the enactment of another Winter's plan. Our destination is the fourth.
I'm shocked by this revelation.
A world locked in ice, whose lands are blanketed in thick clouds. In order to survive, man has fled to the skies, using great magics to establish new civilizations.
Interesting survival strategy. My options are, that sounds exciting, or why tell me where you're going? Why tell me where you're going? But I have like a little bit of a scowl.
I have my own designs I would see realized. Nothing more. Believe me or don't, as you like. For all I know, you lack the means to follow us anyway.
He turns and starts to walk away. Stops.
what Halmarut said to you earlier. She suggested that dealing with the reflections might satisfy your ambition. But is that truly so? You have seen battles beyond counting, have defeated even the fear of death. Is there some conclusion that you seek, no matter the cost?
I'm sorry, I had a coughing fit. I get a weird, like, half smile, like, I don't know, on my face. Just close my eyes, turn away from him a bit.
I will share with you a truth.
He shrugs before he says this. I look back to him, wary.
We Winterers each have an ambition that we wish to fulfill. To that end, we may share information with one another, but we do not necessarily share the same beliefs. Just as you and yours decried my actions, I find those of my fellows objectionable. Be that as it may, it is the culmination of our lives' works that we would bring to the world, fruits born of undying devotion, daring aspiration, and unwavering ideals.
We see, sorry, on this last text bubble, Calyx is, like, just for an effect, Calyx has turned back into the boy that we knew in the white lab coat with the light blue kind of like scrubs or even like patient shirt underneath, with his key card with like maybe a hologram, I don't know, whatever, pens in his shirt coat pocket.
No matter how we are reviled, no matter what we must steal, our actions will be vindicated by those who abide in the future we create. In your benevolence, you may seek to save everything and everyone. But once all is consequently consigned to oblivion, your noble deeds will amount to nothing more than folly. For no living soul shall remain to judge them.
And the boy Calyx turns and continues to walk away, slowly. And then back to squirrel doll, damn it. I keep calling it a puppet, it's quite obviously a doll, but damn it, sorry. And I'm left alone in this like outdoor dining area. If shattered stars are doomed to mend, how turns the key to winter's end? And we get the achievement Trail to the Heavens. Sorry. That might be the final story quest ever. Sorry. Before the expansion. But it is only April 30th, so it doesn't come out until January. I don't know. You would think they'd probably pump out maybe one or two more patches. Can't think of words sometimes. Well, Tataru and myself, we thank you for watching. We do so hope you have enjoyed. We will see you next time for whatever. I'm gonna do at least one of the Hildy quests right after this, or after I post this, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye for oops. Bye-bye for now, though. You can see... Oh, I did not know that you could see up skirt in this... I'm sorry about that.